Hi everyone! Today I'm gonna be painting my witchy house. This is my witchy journal that I write and paint and draw about my witchy world and my characters. It's not like the beginning of it, it's not fully done. As you can see, there's gonna be text on the right, and there's my little witch Sona that I actually have designed properly, full on official, like what she looks like more outgoing and staying outfit. This is my first page. It's Farmer Pumpkins. I made it so that you can't really read my handwriting, not for the video, but just in general. I thought it would be more fun. And if you guys want me to actually record a video of me talking about the lore of all the pages and what everything means and stuff like that, then I would of course love to do that. Yeah, these puffer frogs, I can briefly say they just puff like a balloon when they're scared and they fly away. That's why they have these bags with rocks to keep them on the ground. They get their bags actually from me, as me as a witch. This is a swamp spirit. There is too much lore to briefly explain, but basically he owns the swamp, and he's the guy. Here I decided to make several pages about different kinds of mermaids and their danger level, and some anatomy and stuff like that. I tried to make it more interesting, not just character design, but rather anatomically also accurate, I guess. This is a spirit in a cave. The stone carver, he can't actually leave his cave. Then here's quite a few of the creatures. They all live in the caves, and I also added some nail polish on top of the crystals so they would shine. But yeah, that's all I got for now. So yeah, let's design my witchy house. I'm starting off with a sketch. I already had quite an idea of what it's supposed to look like. I was going off more of medieval type of looking buildings and still keeping kind of like magical fantasy, sprinkle on top so it wouldn't just look boring, adding some personality to it. I used these pictures for inspiration around it. I used them from Pinterest. For the house itself, I wanted to have only like 2 to 3 rooms inside, and from the right you can actually see a full-on painting of a part of a kitchen in this house. The house is two-parted. The first part is where you actually enter the house, and it would immediately lead to the kitchen, and well, mainly the brewing station where she cooks and creates, I guess. And on the second floor, on the tower actually, it will be again mainly one room, her room to be more specific, where she sleeps, draws. There's gonna be a bunch of books she studies and stuff like that. Then I'm thinking she could also be able to climb the roof of the tower, where she could study her astronomy under the sky. I was thinking about the location for a while. Where should her house be? And I ended up deciding that her house is gonna be, mainly in the middle of the forest, but also there would be a village next to the forest and where she would help out time to time. There would be also passing a river by her house around that area. And I was thinking, like, the house itself wouldn't be just in the middle of the woods. There would be a bit of a, free area, probably an area where she cut the trees off to build this house. So there's like plain area from without any trees. Yeah. During these stages of painting, I really have to trust the process, because I'm mainly filling up the bigger parts of the painting and without really any details yet, so to give it a proper color so it wouldn't look dim. And I always use kind of a yellowish underpainting, so it would give, you know, a warm type of vibe. My favorite part, however, is when I finally can do the line art. All the details come out, all the little parts, small little things finally making sense. Um, I actually forgot several things that I drew in my sketch that I didn't include in my painting, such as lantern that I put on top of the roof. And then later in the video I'm gonna realize that I also forgot a chimney because that's literally the most important thing in the house. And I don't know, I hope that I didn't like ruin the lore, the vibe, because chimney is important for her brewing, and you know, not including it into like official art of her house is a bit crucial. But even after I realized, it was a bit too late to actually fix it. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna, I don't know, pretend that she built a chimney afterwards, maybe. I mean, she's a, I don't know, magician fairy witch after all, so I guess she could do something like that. I really enjoyed painting the background kind of with no actual details, but giving off the vibe of the forest, that it's like greenish. Um, the nature is present, the nature is there. We're finally coming up to my favorite part of the whole project is line art. The first pen that I'm using is very thick. Sometimes I get jump scared by how thick the actual line is, and I'm like, oh yeah, it is thick. I forgot. Oftentimes with line art I also add details that I didn't actually paint, or the things that I forgot to paint. Unfortunately, I couldn't really fit in the lantern there because it's a bit too big. But for example, later, like those things in front of the windows where you could put plants and stuff. I don't remember the name, it doesn't recall. But those things I just improvised and drew right there with the line art, even though I didn't add anything with paint. I'm also treating gouache oftentimes like watercolors, and I really love gouache. It's like the best medium you could ever have. Again, you can literally use it as watercolors and as acrylic paint, which is insane. Like, I'm using the cheapest gouache I could find because for some reasons they just don't sell gouache here, or if they do, they're insanely expensive. So I was lucky enough to actually find one that I could afford, and honestly it was the best purchase ever. At first I freaked out because I was like, wait, how do you even use it? I used to use it when I was a child, when I was in art school, but I haven't drawn with it, well, painted with it in a really long while. So the first time when I used it, I freaked out. I was like, oh my god, what, I bought this and now like I can't draw, na. But honestly, it was so worth it. I figured it out. It's really not that scary. You just have to try here and there, and then you'll come around to it. For this video overall, I really tried to give off, you know, witchy vibes with candles and books and all the rings. I also made my nails to look kind of witchy with pumpkins and sparkly shiny nail polish. So I hope it turned out well. And in the future I was also thinking to record videos of my digital drawings, and it would be of course a bit harder for me to set up because I'm not actually I don't actually know how to do all that stuff. But once I figure it out, I'm gonna post more because mainly on, for example, my Instagram account where I post my art, I really only post my digital art. Oh yeah, by the way, here I forgot about the chimney. um, I draw much more rare digitally because it takes way more effort for me, for example. But I still really enjoy it, and especially recently I started to try to draw fast digitally and not spend like, full on 2 days on the process that I actually, in the end I start to hate the whole painting. But yeah, I'm adding some text that the window, like it took me a long time to build it, and then there is a back door at the back, and all the weed and grass that grows in front of my house I use for my potions, and adding all those little details. And I think when adding text on top of the painting, it makes it have, I don't know, more personality. Like, I really, like, my witch Sona really did this, like she really wrote all that down, and I don't know, I just think it's more atmospheric. But I would love you to guys to let me know if you like this format of videos, and if you are interested in the lore and backstories and just extra characters from this universe. And if you're also interested in my digital paintings, or maybe just filling up my normal sketchbook, not the witchy journal. But yeah, this is my final piece, final result of the house. I'm still upset about the chimney, but I'm really happy how it turned out. I like the colors. I think the colors really suit the kind of muddy, foresty type of vibe, what I was going for. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. It was so much fun, and hopefully I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.